Hello, it is Wednesday, November 2nd, 2011 at 3 minutes past midnight. And I wanted to show you something that, well, first of all, Patriot USA. Oh, I just got that. I'm a little slow sometimes. Patriot USA made a video on a great find. He found some smoke coming up in around the New Madrid area of Missouri. And I wanted to expound somewhat on what he or she has brought forth. I went back and checked, and the New Madrid area is right here, where Missouri and Illinois and Tennessee and Kentucky come together. And it just so happens, which has been happening a lot lately, that the jet stream was going right through there at the time that these plumes started rising up. From what it looks like, the plumes started rising about 1800 UTC. What you're looking at right now is 000 GMT, which is the same as UTC. So this is 18 hours before the fact, but I'm going to go ahead and let this loop a few loops so that you can see that it moves right through that area during that time. I'm going to start it over again. There's 12. I'm going to start it over again. I'll try to stop it on the second one. Oh, now it's not cooperating. Be a nice little computer. There, right there. Okay, so you can see at 12 GMT, it's just going past there also. So the jet stream is right in there at that time. So I went and he talked about also another steam rising or something down here in Mississippi also. So I went and checked the fire imagery and the fire detection maps, and this is the satellite, which I'll talk about in a minute, but here is the one for Mississippi, and this is one of them he talked about. So that was a forest fire because it happened in the last 6 hours or 12 hours as of 1500 Mountain Daylight Time. And I went and checked on the New Madrid one, and there is no fire showing. Here's some little orange ones over here, but that's quite a way. That's quite a while back. Let's go up here a little further too, because those smoke rises out up in this area, and I'm not seeing anything. The only questionable thing here, though, is it says that this was last updated at 0300 MDT Mountain Daylight Time, and that would be like if it's 3, that would be 3 in the morning, and that's a long time ago that they have not updated it. So I don't know if that's 3 in the afternoon. Well, the last one said 1500, and that's 3 in the afternoon. So they haven't updated this one, so I guess we don't know for sure. But as of 0300 Mountain Daylight Time, there were no fires burning in the area, so there's no old fires going on. So we know that in any case. So I went and checked on their satellite imagery, and this is nice because what it thinks are fires, it shoots pictures of, but it isn't always a fire, because when you check, there's no fires that happen in that area on that date often, very often. So you open this JPEG, and it's a pretty nice map. The only thing is it doesn't have the state lines, and you can see right here that there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then even up in here it looks like what could be all going here. And I mean, it just isn't possible that that many fires would start all at the same time. Let's see, you can see, I assume this is the Mississippi. So, and I assume this is the forested area. And these are all, one of them's up here. This one, it looks pretty intense. And this is quite a ways away. So even if the wind's blowing, well, this looks like a populated area. Probably St. Louis. So I guess we won't know till tomorrow for sure when they put out the fire map whether these are fires or not. But I just can't see how that many would start at the same time. Also, I went and looked at the University of Utah. By the way, a side issue is the other day I did a video showing two side-by-sides of, they used to have actual all the way back to 48 hours before, which means you could go compare something 48 hours before with something current. And I was able to show that two jet streams were essentially the same, and now they've changed it to 18, so they've taken off 30 hours worth of being able to go back. But anyway, what's convenient is that future F000, which is future 0, is now, or their latest update, and it's very convenient that it's at 18 UTC, which is when those plumes started rising up. And you can see right here that there's a blue line that goes all the way through here. It comes down, and then here's the New Madrid area right here. And if I go 6 hours ahead, which is predicted, you can see that it basically stops right in that area. Also, there's the tropospheric pressure, which is right in here, also is kind of a, let's see, that'd be about between, about 190 would be right in that area where there's lighter areas around it. So there's kind of a strip that runs right through there where those plumes are rising up. And I also went and, let's see, I wanted to show you this cloud that starts up. This is the first image, basically right after dawn, 13:01, and there's this cloud right here, and then we go forward, and then the cloud just almost explodes. And what's interesting is we go from 13:01, the previous frame, to 14:01, and that's a whole hour. Let me go forward a few more, and you'll see that this is there's 14:15, 14:31, 14:45, 15. So generally this is in 15-minute increments, but we're missing 3. So that's suspicious right there. And then the cloud just moves away. Here's a longer shot, and it's also starting at 13:01, and it's also missing everything in between. It goes from 13:01, the time's right down here, to 14:01, and then we start back in the 15 minutes. Also, what's interesting is we have these two little razzle-dazzle things showing up, which I did on another video tonight. I talked about them. But right here is this other one that comes in, and it just happens to be directed right at that area. It almost looks like this cloud explodes. So watch it. I'll go back a frame and forward. And so just watch this cloud. Backward, forward. Now doesn't that look like it explodes? Now maybe it's because of the missing frames, I don't know, but it's just that it's aimed right at it. I'll go ahead and let this loop through. And there's more razzle-dazzles that showed up. Let me slow it down just a little bit. And there's the cloud moving away. And also, just for reference, I've been beginning to suspect that the clouds are carrying something from one position to another. So I try to, whenever possible, look back. Unfortunately, though, the view is so far out that it's very hard to see. But you'll see that this cloud, as of 3:15, November 1st, there it goes. Although 3:15 was the time, so that doesn't make sense. Let me go back here and check something. Yeah, that's why. So this starts a good 10 hours before. So I'm going to go ahead and let it go through forwards. Yeah, I think I'd learn. See there, it starts there and it moves across here and it goes into there. So at some point it was going through Oklahoma. I don't know where it originated from, but that's as far as this loop goes back. And let's see if I can zoom in. So that was a great find by Patriot USA. God bless you and have a good rest of the evening. Thank you for listening.